Hey everybody, John Foss. I'm talking with MILAN RAY, star of Troop Zero, which is on Amazon Prime right now. Thanks for being with us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. You have been doing this basically since you were born, right?
Yes, I've always knew I wanted to act since I was about 3, and then I really got into it when I was 6, and then my first audition was a Walmart commercial, and I got it when I was 8.
So when you're 3, I have 3 kids, 1 on the way, and we're more worried about just like not letting the house get destroyed and getting them to bed and making sure they take a bath and stuff like that. Acting in their career is not really we're not even thinking about that yet. We're just in survival mode. What made you different from other people where you were like, you see acting and you're like, I want to do that? How did you know?
Well, when I was 3, I was like, Mommy, I want to be on TV. And then, I said that.
So you're just watching it and you're like, hey, how do I get that job?
Right. And then she always really knew I was going to be into that sort of thing just because of the way I was. And then when I was 6, I just kept on begging her and begging her and begging her. And then I finally got into classes and then auditions and stuff.
So your first job, so you were modeling at like 3. Your first job was for Walmart? Your first acting job?
Yes.
How did you go about getting that job?
So my acting coach, she has really good connections. So she got me this Walmart commercial audition. And that was my first audition, and we went in person. I think I got it just because I didn't really know what I was doing. I just sat there, smiled, and danced. So I guess they liked me, and they said, give her the job.
And it was for Trolls?
Yes.
Okay. So did you have to, you had to come up with, did you have to sing and dance?
I didn't really, I had to lip sing and dance and just smile, like that type of thing.
Very cool. So how do you take that and make it into a movie career?
So after that, just being on set and having the cameras and all the equipment and everybody there to make it, it was cool to me. And I was like, I really like this whole environment. I want to keep doing this. So then I was older and I was like, this whole movie business, I like it. And then that's when I started to really get into it.
How did you hear about this movie right here?
So I got an audition for Troop Zero, and the spelling was actually different. It was T-R-O-U-P or U-P-O-P. I don't know, but the spelling was different. And I kind of skimmed through the script, and I liked my character. I was like, she's mean. I like it. And I liked the story. I liked the message from the script. So then when I did it, I didn't really hear about it for like a lot of time went past.
So you were thinking I obviously didn't get this job.
Yeah.
You're moving on with your life.
Yeah. Usually when I do an audition, I like to forget about it just so I don't dwell on it if I don't get it. So then months later, I get it again. I was like, wait, I remember this script, and I actually read the script, and I was like, I really like this movie. So then when I did the audition, I was nervous. I was like, I actually want to get this. And then less than a week goes past, then I get a Skype audition with the directors. That happens, and then I get an in-person audition where we had to go there, and an audition for Anne Claire, Christmas, Ginger, and Hell No. And I guess they liked me best for Hell No. And then
awesome.
Yeah.
So then what? You go and when you start shooting and do you meet everybody first, or do you just show up on set and it's ready and it's like filming day?
We all met together at a table read, but I met McKenna in a fitting. I met her at a fitting, and then Johanna, I didn't meet her, but we found out that we were both at a Toy Box audition at the same time. But we didn't actually talk. So we all met at a table read, and we hung out at the production office, and it was fun.
Let me take you back one step. When you find out that you got the job, number one, how did you find out? Did they call you, or how did you find out, and what were the thoughts going through your head?
So I guess they let my manager know, and then she let my mom know. And when she told me I got it, I was happy, but then at the same time, I wasn't like, oh my God, because I kind of already expected it, because my manager, she told me, you're not going to be the first one to not get a Skype audition, because usually when they give you a Skype audition, they really, really like you. So then I got it, and I was like, wow, that's cool. So when do we start shooting?
And was it, when you did start shooting, were you nervous for that? Because this is your first movie. Like, what were your thoughts when you get on set and you start shooting?
So my first scene was with McKenna and Viola Davis, and I was scared because it was a scene where we were covered in mud, and we're talking to Jim. So when we were there, I was of course nervous because it's my first scene of a movie ever, but then they were also kind and comforting, and they made me feel better.
I saw in another interview you said that the script was changed because it was like PG-13 originally,
Yes.
then they wanted to make it PG. What kind of stuff was taken out that was, because you were talking about your character, and your character was even more what it was.
So, hell no, instead of like screaming at people and just scaring people, she would physically punch them. So in one of the scenes where I'm screaming at Piper, the original script, I was supposed to punch her off her bike instead of scream at her. And it was like the entire thing, like a few lines in there, they were just not appropriate.
Yeah.
So they had to change that.
They scaled it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool. And there's a lot of legends in this movie. Viola Davis, Allison Janney, Jim Gaffigan, Mike Epps. What was it like working with Jim Gaffigan, particularly, as he's a comedian, and in this movie he's funny, but he's not playing the normal Jim Gaffigan type character that we're used to, where it's all funny. He's kind of more serious. Right. Was he serious on the set, or when they said cut, did he go back into was he cracking jokes? What was it like?
As soon as the cameras went off, he was just at it. He was like, I can't even remember specific jokes, which I'm upset about, but he would just always be cracking jokes when the cameras weren't on. And
so it was like stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
Nice.
and it was really cool to see him like switch his entire, like, to get into character so quick.
And with him having kids, could you tell that he was like pretty comfortable around all the kids? Like,
Definitely.
what was that like?
He was kind to all of us. He made us feel comfortable. It was just amazing.
And what was it like meeting it sounds like that you guys are really close with all the other kids. What was it like when you guys all met? Was that chemistry instant, or was that something that was built over time?
It was definitely instant. And there's like pictures in the production office where we're just having fun, playing games. We actually built like a cup tower, and then we all destroyed it after we built it. And was
that part of the movie, or just for fun while you were hanging out?
It was for fun while we were hanging out before we actually started shooting. So the chemistry was definitely instant.
Nice. So it was right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Cool. So you are living an awesome actor's life that many people would love to have, but at the same time you're also very young. Do you still have the opportunity to live a kid's life, or do you feel like you're missing that, or do you still get to, when you're not working, do you still go back and live like a normal kid? What's it like?
That's a good question. I don't go, so I just started homeschool, and it's like all on the computer, so I can get all my work done there. But I don't really miss it, because with online school, it's just the school. It's just straightforward, the learning stuff. With regular school, it's extra because it's drama. A lot of people worry about the social life, but then since I'm in this business, I still get to meet a lot of people. So I wouldn't say I'm missing anything in particular.
So do you feel like down the road, is acting your thing from here on out, or are there other passions where you would maybe want to go to school and then do a different career, or do you feel like acting is the thing that you're going to be doing for?
I definitely want to do acting and producing and directing. I just really want to stay in this industry.
At this point, lots of people have heard about this film because, like we were talking about beforehand, it's everywhere. You log on to a computer and it's boom, it's right there. It's doing very well. People are loving it. For people that don't know what it is, tell us a little bit about the movie.
So it's about this girl named Christmas Flint, and everybody thinks she's a little odd and weird. And so she still wants to have friends, and she thinks that the only living things that want to be her friend are people that are weird or weirder than her, which are aliens in her eyes. So she thinks that she needs to connect with the aliens. So then when she finds out that there's a contest where you can, if you win, you get to put your voice on the golden record, she's determined to get in the contest, and she's determined to win. So when she puts together the troupe, they end up making a beautiful friendship.
And what's the message of the film at the end of the day?
The message is it's okay to be weird because it doesn't matter, because you can't spend your whole life trying to please other people. That's just not what you need to be focused on. So it's okay to be weird, be yourself, because there's always going to be people that are weird like you, so you can make your own truth.
And you mentioned that you're going to Sundance very soon. You have another film coming out. Tell us about that.
The film's called Charm City Kings. It's based off of the real story, 12 O'Clock Boys. And I play Shay, which is the younger sister of the main character, who's played by Jahi Winston. And it comes out April 17th, but in select cities April 10th.
So you're here in Minneapolis, you said you go to Nashville and then Sundance. What was Sundance like the first time, and what are you looking forward to going back?
So Sundance, it was my first movie, premiere type of experience. So I was really nervous. I didn't know what to expect. But when I got there, it was so much fun. So I'm excited to go back.
And where can people find out more about you, follow your career, and see what kind of projects you have in the future?
My Instagram, Milan the Actress. I post stuff that I'm doing currently there.
Awesome. All right, well, Milan, thank you so much. Twin Cities, check her out. She's in Troop Zero right now on Amazon Prime. Thank you.